hcgresults.org, and welcome back to my kitchen. We are going to make Greek yogurt today. So what we start with, this is such a simple, easy process, but it really does involve you needing to stay home during the day to take care of it, because it's about every couple of hours you have to do something. So first I have started with preheating my crock pot. I've turned it on to low, and it has been warming up for 15 minutes. And now I am gonna, it's empty, as you can see, completely empty. So here we have 6 cups of milk. Okay, that's just whole milk. If you have raw milk, that is perfect. That's actually what this is today. We are using raw milk in there. Poured my 6 cups in, and then 6 cups of, I used heavy cream. I've seen recipes that use half and half. I think you get more fat in it, full fat, with the heavy cream. So we are using heavy cream, and we're going to get a layer of fat on it eventually, but that's okay. So we poured in our 8 cups total, 6 cups of milk, 2 cups of cream, and now we're going to let it sit for 2.5 hours, and that's it. We'll be back. Alright, we are back. It's been 2.5 hours, and our crock pot has been on low. And so now our next step is just wait 3 hours. So we're going to turn the crock pot to off, and I'm going to go ahead and unplug it. I'm going to let you have a quick peek inside, and you'll see the layer of fat that, from the heavy cream. That yellow is that layer of fat, and so you just let it sit now for 3 hours, and see you in 3 hours. Alright, it's been 3 hours. We're ready for our next step in our Greek yogurt. So I took a half a cup of yogurt. This is your starter. Okay, I used Fea, preferably would be Fea Total, not 2%. And you can use some of your previous yogurt that you've made, or I just had this in the fridge, so I decided to go ahead and use that one. And so that is a half a cup of yogurt. Okay, we're going to take a look at our yogurt that's been sitting for 3 hours. You can see that yellow layer, that is fat. And I'm going to take 2 cups of the warm mixture. Try not to get too much of the fat, but kind of mix that around. And I'm going to get 2 cups of the warm mixture to add it into the already made yogurt. Doesn't need to be exactly 2 cups, but that's the basic amount. And you stir that. I like to blend it really well with my whisk. There we go. Now we're going to just gently add it into the warm mixture. And just a little stir. Nothing major. Alright, lid back on. And pay attention that we are still unplugged. Now you want to take a large towel and cover your whole crock pot. And try and get it kind of tight under there. I'm just going to tuck it under a little bit. And then it's going to sit like that overnight. Alright, and we will see you tomorrow for the next step. Alright, good morning. Welcome back. Our yogurt has been sitting overnight, covered with the towel. We'll go ahead and take that off now and take a peek at it. Not jiggling too much. Looks pretty nice. So now this is just yogurt, how it is right now. It's not Greek yogurt yet. You could eat this as regular yogurt. That's all good and dandy, but here's our next step to turn it into Greek yogurt. I have a bowl, and I have a strainer that will fit nicely over that bowl. Okay, so then I'm going to take this is a white linen napkin that was passed down to me from my grandmother. I love it. You could use cheesecloth, but some other white linen would work too. So you set your napkin into there and you put a large rubber band around it so that your napkin will not slide off. And then you set it into your bowl. And I'm going to let that extra hang out. And it might drip a little bit. Might get a little wet and drip into the fridge. That's okay. You can clean that up later. So then you take your yogurt and you carefully pour it into your clean napkin. And it's pretty much just sliding out by its own. Sometimes I'd like to double the batch, but this is all that will fit into the bowl and strainer. So I just have to make it more frequently for our large family who really enjoys it. My husband loves this, totally unsweetened and just some berries in it, and he is a happy camper. Alright, so I'm cleaning the bowl. Pouring it in. And remember, this is not suitable for phase 2, but you can have this on phase 3 as long as you're watching the scale, because some people react to dairy. Alright, so then I'm just going to place a piece of plastic wrap over this and stay right there. Put my piece of plastic wrap over it so that in case something should fall in the fridge or something, it doesn't get into my yogurt. Keep it nice and clean. Alright, so what it's going to do is strain into there. You can already see it's dripping a little bit into there. And now we're going to go put it in the fridge and let it sit for at least 6 hours. And after 6 hours, we're going to have a yellowish liquid in there. That's our whey. And on top is going to be our Greek yogurt, and I will show you what to do in about 6 hours. Okay, so it's been quite a few hours. Let's see, about 6 hours. And you can leave it overnight if you want to, but at least 4 to 6 hours you should let it drain there. So I've taken the yogurt out of the fridge, and underneath we have a yellow liquid that is called whey. And there are many different uses for whey. This is an older jar of whey that I've had for a couple of weeks. The whey will last in the fridge for 6 months. I am actually going to go pour that on my vegetables today. I've never done that before. My pot's outside that I have growing, and we'll see how they do. So far my veggies haven't been doing so good this season, so maybe it'll help them. But on top here you have this yummy thick yogurt. Look at how thick that is. So I'm just going to scoop it all into here. Not make you wait with me, but scoop it into old yogurt containers, put the lid on, label it, stick it in the fridge, and there you have Greek yogurt. And then I'll pour my whey into a clean jar, label it with the date on it, and you're good to go. You've made whey, you've made Greek yogurt. You can soak your nuts in your whey. You can add it to smoothies. You can cook with it. It's got so many nutrients in it, way better than water. So you can add it to soups, things like that. And you have made some yummy, delicious Greek yogurt. Okay, so we're back. Our yogurt has sat overnight, and we have strained it, and the final product, here it is. So you have a nice lovely bowl of yogurt with some frozen blueberries on it. Barely even moves. And then I have saved my old yogurt containers and then use them to put my yogurt in. And you can just see how nice and thick that yogurt is. So you can sweeten it if you want to with stevia, with Capella drops, whatever you want. But there you have full-fat Greek yogurt. Enjoy!